What is the definition of currency future? Now, we are not talking about currency exchange that is immediate to the utmost of our ability, done virtually or online. No, we're talking about something that will be taking place in the future. So here is the definition: future contract to exchange one currency for another at a specific date in the future at a price or exchange rate, they call it, that is fixed on the purchase day. That is fixed on the purchase date. So it's not fixed from now. Okay, it is fixed on the purchase day, also known as FX future or a foreign currency future. What is the status of this currency future? We know for a fact that any intentional delay in exchanging currency will be more than enough to invalidate the transaction. This is from one side. From the other side, the way that I understand it, and I might be wrong, that this is not a transaction. It's just a plan to do a transaction. Maybe, mutual agreement, word of mouth, memorandum of understanding, but it's not an actual real transaction. Whenever it comes to currency exchange, it has to be done on the spot immediately. If the two contracting parties are physically together, then there must be like a mutual submission. You give the currency and you take the other currency. If it is done online, as I already explained, it has to be done as soon as possible. But when it comes to future currency or rolling or currency future, meaning that someone, for example, pays the currency and wait for the other one to pay him back later on, this is absolutely not allowed. If the two contracting parties are not paying at all, they just set like a future date to execute the transaction, this is not a transaction to start with. Maybe a promise, maybe an agreement, maybe a word of mouth, but it's not an actual real transaction. If they both agree on a certain price and they make it binding for them, then the transaction actually is not valid, because basically this is against the rules of currency exchange, in which the mutual submission has to be confirmed and proven.